Hey guys, welcome back to L&D Home and welcome to another cleaning video. Yes, we are going to be cleaning today. It's not a coffee video, but I'm definitely going to be starting my cleaning morning with coffee and my collagen peptides. I have to dissolve it in hot coffee, then to pour that hot coffee into my iced coffee. Probably because I get the less expensive collagen peptides because that's what's in my budget. And I have noticed more expensive ones dissolve better, but here we are, we have a budget and we get the Equate ones from Walmart. But we are going to be tackling some cleaning today, and we're going to be doing things a little bit differently than I have done just in my normal cleaning schedule, but also just on my channel in general. So I'm going to be sharing that with you in just a second.
I try to figure out who I am.
So I do not usually use a list when I clean. However, I was thinking about some of those things that I did not do during my last cleaning that needed to get done. So I made myself a list by room so that I can only focus on those things. I don't need to deep clean every single room today, but there are a few things that I did want to tackle in each room. So I'm going to start here in the living room with the slip cover because it is very dirty and it has dog hair all over it, and I need it to wash and dry so I can put it back on the couch. So I wanted to start with all of like the couch linens and everything and get those in the washer so they can be going while we are working on the rest of our list. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below if you like cleaning from a list, or if you are usually like me and you just kind of go into a room and clean what needs to be cleaned. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments.
Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't work.
For some reason, our house gets so dusty. So literally in every single room, I have dust on my list because I needed to dust every single space. Now, I'm not going to bore you and make you watch me dust every single space, but just know that I did that in most of the rooms. This was actually not on my list, but this gets so dusty and dirty that I did want to give it a quick scrub. It took me about 4 minutes, and it just brightens things up a little bit because it was looking a little rough, and I haven't wiped this down in a very long time.
Yeah, I thought they would. And before you, there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you, I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away.
For some reason, one of my least favorite things to do is dust. I don't know if it's just because the house gets so dusty, so I feel like I have to do it all the time and then I put it off. I am not sure, but I just don't enjoy dusting. It just seems very mundane to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But after I dusted, I did want to wipe off the TV. These are actually electronic wipes since you are not supposed to put cleaners and stuff on your TV. That is at least what I hear. So I just kind of follow those rules.
All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe.
It never fails that we always have stuff sprawled out all over the living room, including our coats. We hang our coats right here all the time because it's super convenient, but then it just makes everything look really messy. So I've been thinking about like putting like a little coat rack or coat tree in the living room, but I just don't know if I love the look of coats hanging there. So I think I might just fold the coats and put it on our blanket ladder. Maybe that will solve our problem because they just look really messy hung over the railing, but it is super convenient. I'm also going to dust the stairs. This gets so dusty, like more than any other space in the living room, and it gets really disgusting as well because everyone is putting their hands all over the railing while they're holding on. So there's like black and brown prints, and it gets pretty gross pretty fast. I could literally wipe it down one day and it'll be dirty the next day. This is the dump just from the living room, and not as gross as it could be, but I definitely need to keep up on my dusting more. In the dining room, I'm literally just wiping off the table, easy peasy, not much to do in here, and then we are going to be moving on.
Feels like you're the one who saves me when I try, but don't succeed.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the kitchen today. I did do a Target pickup order, and I do want to wipe out the fridge because it's looking a little nasty. We also have some like leftover food that needs to be tossed. Things need to be rearranged. And I just feel like a clean fridge is just awesome. I do not clean my fridge often enough. Let me know if that's you as well. I'm not gross. The fridge is usually organized. I just don't go in and like wipe it down. So I really wanted to tackle that on this day and just get things a little bit more organized. You're going to see on this shelf that I actually end up putting 2 baskets in here. This is the shelf where my husband and I keep some of our foods that are like just for us, but then it gets piled with leftovers and other things as well because we don't have a lot of fridge space, and it could be the way I'm utilizing it. But we really need separation for things that just belong to certain people in the house and then things that are for everybody. So I decided to use 1 basket for my husband, 1 basket for myself of things that are just ours that no one else is allowed to eat or touch. And then the rest of the fridge is pretty much just free grab and go.
It feels like you're the one who saves me, the one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on. It's not easy, but I'm feeling stronger with you. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you, there was no one who understood. Sometimes I can't see.
It was time for me to start putting some of these groceries away. Now, some of these are pantry items, and I'm not working on the pantry today because it's actually pretty organized, and I had just fiddled with it recently. But I do have some refrigerated items that need to go into the fridge, coffee creamer, cheese, and I am going to, later in this video, cut up some green onions that I like to mix in with my canned tuna or my canned chicken for a quick lunch at work. So I will be showing you that and kind of going over what I thought about the green onions on this day because I was not impressed. This is actually our freezer side, and it gets really gross down here. I did not realize how gross it was. So I am just wiping this up. I didn't do a lot in our freezer. We actually don't have a lot of freezer food right now, but we are going to be trying something new for dinner this week when I am filming and doing this voiceover. And it is like a shrimp scampi situation from Target. I will update you guys on if this is any good or not. I have not tried it, but I will let you know if my family likes that for dinner. Now, I did a Target pickup order, like I said. Some of these green onions were really gross. Yes, I use scissors. I find it the easiest way. So if you're wondering why I'm leaving so much of the good stuff and throwing it into like the little discard pile, some of it was like nasty, like almost to the point where I was like, can I salvage like any of this because it was touching the other parts? Like maybe don't get your green onions from Target. I don't know if that's the takeaway from this, but I was not impressed at the state of the green onions, and I actually threw like half of it away, which is a complete waste of money, but it didn't seem safe to eat. So now I am just working on the door. This probably gets the most unorganized because we just have so many condiments. A lot of them were actually expired. And we've been trying to have like a little coffee situation over here because my husband is now drinking coffee every day as well as me. So we're just trying to get this a little bit more organized and get rid of some of those condiments that were expired, like all of our mayonnaise ended up being expired. So we have absolutely no mayonnaise now, which I guess is okay because we don't use it a lot. But there were a lot of things I could toss, a lot of things I could move around and reorganize to just make this function a little bit better for us.
But it feels like you're the one who saves me when I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me.
the fridge ended up turning out, and it is actually working really, really well for us, including the little coffee situation that my husband and I are using daily. Still in the kitchen, I did have to unload the dishwasher, and then I am going to be cleaning off the counters, tackling the sink, and a few other things as well. The kitchen is probably the space in the house that gets the most dirty because it is utilized so much, and you're cooking food, and there's grease splatters, and there's marks from coffee and water and all sorts of things. So I did want to make sure the kitchen looked nice and sparkling because I do the counters a lot, but I don't tackle some of the other spaces quite as often.
I'll give you my everything. It's not much, but it's all I have.
You know we could run to a place where we belong, but I need you there with me to go on. Sometimes I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, I don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I never clean this out, and I actually expected it to be way more disgusting than it was. I have seen some people pull theirs out, and it's absolutely tragic. This is probably the second time in years that I've lived at this house that I have cleaned this out. I did so in a previous video a while ago, and it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I guess I am doing okay rinsing off my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. But I did want to give this a good clean. And then I'm just giving the sink a good scrub because there was definitely some staining going on and some buildup going on. I do wipe it down every time I use it, but it's usually just with the rag that I use to clean the dishes. I don't always go in with cleaners. So I did want to hit it really good on this day and get it nice and sparkling. I'm also going to be redoing our hall bathroom organization. I love that big Lazy Susan that we have, but because we have this giant pipe in the middle, I can't actually turn it, which means I can't see anything that is behind the stuff that is in front. So I decided to actually use these containers that I took out of the fridge and cleaned under here so that I could see everything a little bit better. I also got rid of a few things that we just don't like or that we weren't using or that could go into another space. So I did declutter underneath this sink, and this is actually working much better for us. I can see everything that is in here without that Lazy Susan, and there's nothing really hidden in the back except for those two items that we actually don't use. I just keep them on hand. It's like a declog thing, which I hear is actually not safe for your pipes, so I actually never use it. Maybe I should have gotten rid of it, but we'll save that for another day. But this is actually working so much better for me because I have everything right here that I need, and I was able to get rid of things that we are actually not using, and I can just see everything. So when you are organizing, it doesn't always work the first time you try something, so don't be afraid to reorganize spaces so they fit better for you and what you need. And don't just get discouraged if it doesn't work out the first time you organize it. While we're already in the bathroom, let's go ahead and get this clean. And I'm also trying a new way to store our toilet paper. I'm not sure if I like it yet. I like the way it looks, but my daughter is too short to reach the toilet paper on the top. So I might have to rethink that, but it does look really nice, and it cleared up some space on the back of the toilet. You are also going to see in this clip that I replenished our Tydbol, which I have not done for a long time, and I really love Tydbol. I get ours at Dollar Tree for $1.25, and it just, I don't know if it actually keeps the toilet clean, but it's just kind of cool to have that blue water in there because you kind of feel like you're in like a hotel or something. Like you feel like it's a little something extra. So I highly suggest Tydbol, and you can get it for $1.25, like I said, at Dollar Tree.
You're gone now, but you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I
While I was already reorganizing, I wanted to reorganize this. This is actually our master bathroom, and there are some skincare products that I use every day, morning and evening. And they are actually in this little cabinet that we got from Walmart for some extra storage space. If I can find it, I will link it down below. I believe it was like $50 and we absolutely love it. We love the way it looks and it has come in clutch for sure. But I kind of wanted to keep some of my skincare items right here on this shelf and then my rags on the other side. It's actually working really well for me, and it was just something that made it a little bit easier for me to get ready in the morning and unready in the evening without having to dig through all of the stuff that was in the cabinet. So I just put the 4 items that I use on a daily basis right here where I can reach them quickly at 5:30 in the morning when I am getting ready for work and when I am completely exhausted when I get ready for bed. It might not look the prettiest to some to have their things sitting out like this, but just remember, always do what works best for you and is what is most convenient. I'm not going to bore you with vacuuming, but I vacuumed the entire house with the corded vacuum because I do find that it works better. And I did do slow vacuuming in each room because I wanted to make sure I got all of that dog hair up out of the carpet. I'm also back in the kitchen real quick to work on our menu. I really love this because it lets the family know what we have available for snacks, and then it also lets the kids know what is going to be for dinner that week because they're always interested, especially my daughter, because she's a picky eater, in what we are eating. And for her to be able to read this ahead of time, even if she doesn't like the item that we're having for dinner, it helps her just come to terms with the fact that that's what we're having because she can prepare herself ahead of time mentally. Full transparency, I did not get everything done on this day. Here is what I got done on my list. And as I get to the bottom of the list, you're going to see I crossed off absolutely nothing. Didn't touch the basement, didn't touch the laundry room, and I was completely exhausted. So I'm going to be real with you. I saved this for another day. The laundry room is still a mess. It's dusty. It's disgusting. The Christmas tree in the basement is still up, and I did not tackle it because I had been cleaning all day, and sometimes you just need to take that self-care and relax, and you don't have to get everything done all in one day. It can wait, and you can take care of yourself, especially if you are exhausted and you don't feel like tackling it. Baby steps, little bits at a time. So now that I am ready to sit and relax on the couch, I do want to put my home to sleep. This is something that I have seen from another YouTube video, and I love this idea of just going through before you relax for the evening, turning off all of the lights in the house so it's cozy and warm and you can sit on the couch, read a book, watch TV, whatever you want to do. And of course, I always like to light candles. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful or entertaining. Make sure you check out the video and the playlist on the screen. And as always, smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.